Moving on, we are going to be talking about combined leverage. So combined leverage considers both operating and financial leverage together, showing the total effect of of leverage on the firm's earnings. The formula for degree of combined leverage, it's quite easy. It is we are just going to multiply the degree of operating leverage by the degree of financial leverage. So to get your degree of DCL equals degree of operating leverage multiplied by degree of financial leverage, right? So we are going to be solving a question on it. So this is simplifying the process. So if you are given a question, once you get your degree of financial leverage and you get your degree of operating leverage, you can just multiply it to get your degree of combined leverage. So now we are doing a question that encompasses everything that we'll be talking about from the beginning of this video. So Shell Limited is financed by 15% 500,000 debentures and 800,000 shares of 1 unit of 1 naira each. In respect of its operation for the just concluded financial year, the company made a turnover of 2 million naira on its product queue, which sells at 100 naira per unit, and a variable cost of 40 naira per unit. The total fixed operating cost is 400,000 naira. So we are required to calculate the break-even point in units, the degree of operating leverage, the degree of financial leverage, and then the combined leverage effect. So solution to the questions. Now first we are going to be extracting our variables before we can be able to solve the question. So first of all, the quantity. So in the question, we're not given the quantity straightforward. They only told us that there was a turnover of 2 million naira, but then the selling price is 100 naira. So to get the quantity, we have 2 million divided by 100, which will give us 20,000. So the quantity sold is 20,000 units. So Q equals 20,000. The selling price given in the question is 100 naira per unit. The variable cost is 40 naira per unit. The fixed cost is given as 400,000 naira. Right. So now, from the question, it says that it's financed with 15% 500,000 debentures. So we are going to calculate the rate. The rate is given as 15% of 500,000, which will give us 75,000. And so now we are good to go. So the first question that we're asked to solve is the break-even point. The break-even point. So the formula for calculating break-even point is fixed cost over selling minus variable cost. That's fixed cost over margin, right? So the fixed cost from question is 400,000. 400,000 divided by 100 minus 40, which is 400,000 over 60, will give us 6.667 units. That's for the first question that we solved. So the second question, which is quite related to what we'll be doing, is the degree of operating leverage. The degree of operating leverage, like I said earlier, is quantity into selling price minus variable cost over quantity into selling price minus variable cost minus fixed costs. And so substituting, the quantity is 20,000 into 100 minus 40 divided by 20,000 into 100 minus 40 minus 400,000. Quite easy, yeah? So doing all the multiplications, we have 1,200,000 divided by 800,000, which is equals to 1.5. So the degree of operating leverage is 1.5. So now we are moving on to the degree of financial leverage. Also very straightforward. The the trick here is knowing the formula, memorizing the formula, and knowing how to apply it as per questions. So the degree of financial leverage is Q into S minus V minus FC divided by Q into S minus V minus FC minus R. So in this question, it's very quite different from the previous question that we solved. We're not giving anything, we're not told anything concerning preference dividend shares. So we're not going to have the um minus dp over 1 because we don't have this in the question, and so it's not going to apply. We only have the rate that was given to us, right? And so we've already done the calculation, so we just substitute. It's 20,000 into 100 minus 40 into minus 400,000 divided by 20,000 into 100 minus 40 minus 400,000 minus 400,000 minus 75,000 75,000, right? And so we have 800,000 divided by 75,000 divided by 75,000. And when you calculate it and do the division, it's give you 1.1034. And so your degree of financial leverage is given as 1.1034. And then the last question that we ask is degree of combined leverage, which is um, the multiplication of degree of operational leverage, or operating leverage rather, by the degree of financial leverage. So as per the question, we have degree of operating leverage as 1.5 multiplied by 1.1034. It's going to give us 1.6551, or where you approximate it to be 1.66.